everyone. I hope you all are well, and thank you for joining me on this week's episode on Haus Home. This week's episode, we are celebrating World SME Day that is celebrated all around the world on the 27th of June. So coming up on the show, you'll be seeing a lot of SME owners, what they think about the SME, how the SME has helped them in their day-to-day life, and what they sell in their stalls. So without further ado, let's get straight into the lineup. Coming up on the show, we speak to a few SME owners. They tell us about World SME Day and what the SME means to them. After that, we speak to a young, talented gentleman who sews. Yes, it's very rare to see a male within the tailoring industry, so make sure you stick around for that one. Hello everyone, my name is Lydia and it is great to have your company. First up on our show, we feature a very bubbly, passionate and hardworking mother who goes by the name of Florence Paya. Florence owns a tailoring company called Kumul Kolos. Florence is very passionate about her business and she bases her life around the quote, hard work pays off. So without further ado, here's Florence's story.
Name Blomi, I'm Florence Paya, Mibla Western Islands. Business name Blomi, I'm Best Global Trading, but the Facebook page, I'm Kumul Kolos. Business Blomi, I'm sewing tassel. Sewing, I'm start na me making sewing Blomi, I'm sew lo house tassel on Merisa Kamoda Sim go na. Until I'm this last semi lo we got space lo calm time, me looking more Loya lo house mi so price long different na mi kamle mi lugo mosem sewing lo mi planti meri like him na also kam na kisim na mi tu price tu go anta mi ti was mi salem lo 50 kina ta so le no gad mi kamle na mi try lo 100 kina all kam kisim na mi lugo mosem disla making mi ama mas na mi lugo mosem lo mi start lo liglik ta so na lo disla kain price mi puti na mi lugo mosem it's a liglik business lo mi mo grow na start na mi ama mas no control is like SME. Lo SME mi lugu mo say good plus something. Because something mi at lo own cash lo mi like make me sort. Na ta mi SME come in chat ni album na support him time mi lugu mo say something mi no na lo kisim lo gen mi kisim. O sam planti material o sam now sample material lo ye mi kisim lo lay. Na lo ye no gat mi kisim lo lay mo se mi got enough money so mi kisim lo lay na mi samapim lo ye na mi lugu mo say good plan na mi helping me. All blouse make stop now all customers all go narla province now give me back time I miss a ras na I must no sleep good me must sama biat go na me must sinapim bell don all must go because me less long as all like go all to like sales out it's like I no order la back time me no sleep good me sa make him go napim bell blown now I miss a mamas side lo sewing and me at so me at so na lo side lo knitting tasolem Mr. Gimol Narapol Susana also helping me na knitting tassel. Yet make him all a blouse or some merry dress, Mrs. Colors, okay, all Mama Colors, na all this like me at make him. Tassel set tassel I want la mangis helping me. Na make him men set, me la put him to na me la salim to. Mr. Stop nothing la house and me lugo me waste him time blow me. Me stop nothing na me too but no got money or this like I. Beginning to school, all need bus fare. This like I na mi lugu mo se mi yet mi come lo sewing na work all the time mi lugu mo se mi got enough money le supporting family blow me na mi want all beginning na mi like waste one time mi lugu mo se mi makes the big part time. Mi lugu mo se all Mary especially mi blow na school good no can give up. He got way blow me blast up. You buy him sewing machine blow you must sum up. You sum up and you go every day, but you got money in your pocket. You don't have waste time like you. Or you too much soil need. Now me look at this law, so me no school good, but time me so me look at money me all in. When the province me like travel or lot to book on this like I am, and me no depend on money blow man. Me yet buy ticket la own sewing blow me na me round. Me look at me no gonna waste him time. Around run nothing, na stop nothing. You must at least. Use him to plan, make him some kind of something like helping me play it. And we look at him, sewing him, I'm good plus thread because the PNC, Katsa Blom doll Mary, all got a very merry blouse. So no can stop nothing, wasting time. Okay, all materials, Lomi, all all Kenny or some Kenny collections talalei sol kundu blomi original kundu and them tapa blomi misaksim lo lei. Na mixim lo lei na misamap no narpla metre lo sereciane must stop close to yellow 6 mile yet here so mixim close to. Now narpla mixim lo lava girl no this lakain. Na semi metre o semi samapim lo ngen mietsa so surprise lo mi to good pla. Na miet so sem surprise lo mi lo sem mixing long way but narapla mi looking was so salim 150 170 200 but price lo mi am must sem 100 kina long kundu na tapa. We can make him Mrs. Colors, we can make him Mary dress, any blouse you talk and we can make him, but price for me am come down osegay. Facebook page lo me am lo kumur colors, okay. Tawi like in bulk you can give order lo bulk price am different lo normal one big sim so me ready lo saving you. Kadamba lo me am 713999134.
Thank you, Florence, for sharing your beautiful story with us. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking to buy a Mary blouse, whether it be the knitted ones or the kaftans or the Mrs. Colors or even the trendy ones that are going around these days with the pockets in them, you can contact Florence on the numbers she provided, or you can check out her Facebook page at Kumul Colors. You're watching House and Home. Please don't go away. We'll be back with more. Welcome back. Up next, we speak to a few SME owners and they tell us about what the SME means to them, how the SME has played an important role in their day-to-day life, and what they sell at their stall. Let's have a look.
Name me, Mary Louise Yagoro. I have a little unit here at SME 6 Mile. It's an open market. We are renting at a very good amount, which is 300 kina a month. Anyway, I am running medical mobile clinic services. Now, medical mobile clinic services, I'm one plan new plan innovation street where I am the CEO or founder. So, Amblo Medical Mobile Clinic Services is I'm trying to bring the user-friendly service. Current mobile clinic goes straight to the house so that we make me see all patients, blomies, all no can hard work, lo club, lo bus, lo go lo house, kind of thing. So they are in their house, in the comfort and privacy of their home. All happy phone does all now ring, and then in 20 minutes or less, medical mobile and park outside the house, blow all. And by treating all, anything, everything that you would get from a health center. That's the service that I am providing.
My name is Noelo Anakapu. I'm from Yumbe. Yes. I was married to someone from Kairuku. My husband has passed away. I have 5 children. They're all adults and they're all working. I make soaps and oils. They're all organic and they're all handmade. From just making plain coconut soaps, I have gone further to do other soaps as well. Like here you have the charcoal soap. It's made out of coconut shells and they are very good for cleansing the face or oily skin. And then I have all these other ones like neem is very good for I don't care or scabies. Cleanses the body. I have Marita here, noni, lemons, all sorts of soaps. When I left work, maybe 30 years ago, I stayed home. My children were growing and they were in schools. And then, from there I wanted to do something other than just, staying at home. So, I started doing little crafts like necklaces, tapa cloth crafts. And, during those times, we only had craft markets. So I used to go and sell there. It would be in the 80s, in the 80s. And then later on, when Carol Kidu, Mrs. Kidu became a member, she introduced the SME. So from then on, I started getting involved with SMEs, and everybody getting involved with SMEs, and we started growing. And now, I have this little shop here from the NCD, and this is where I'm based now. The SME has really helped, because now we have all the craft markets, places where we can go and sell, and, instead of, just ending on the streets and whatever, we have areas where we can go and sell, like the Port Moresby city markets is very good, and that is where I sell a lot of my products. Media is also good. I go on Facebook, and I have regular customers who ask for my things, and they come and purchase my soaps and oils.
Well, there you have it, viewers. You heard it from our SME owners. If you're looking to buy something for your home or for a loved one, you can head on over to their stall and check them out. They sell quite a lot of pretty good stuff. You're watching House and Home. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back, everyone, and thanks for sticking around. My name is Lydia, and you're watching House and Home. Up next, we feature a young, talented gentleman who goes by the name of Kingsford Godfrey. Kingsford tells us about what inspired him to tap into the tailoring industry, and he gives us an insight about his life. Here's Kingsford with his story.
I'm from Milne Bay and Gulf, because I think normally females don't, usually females do those kind of shirts, and then having to have a male get into this area of sewing or sewing business and all of this. I think at this stage it's a news for us Papua New Guineans, so as you can see I am here this time with you. It built on from a certain interest earlier, so how it was like was simply when it came to a stage that I thought I would have to just come out a bit and do something that excites me and that I could have fun with. And I am a teacher. I taught for several years at Port Moresby Grammar School, and I usually teach maths. I did teach maths for the junior side and then the senior side, and maybe a bit of all this maths thing and maybe to do with calculation or measurements. There's quite a lot of things that actually inspired me. Seeing mom doing this, all alone, I said, okay, I'll help out. So that is where we started off while I was there at Port Moresby Grammar School, and then the mask was the demand of that day, COVID-19. So I would think of a design, and then I would only spell it out to mom to try and match up with what's in my mind so we can get the design physically seen. So, and then eventually we got the masks. And then the next stage to the mask, in a mini version, out like stages of production, one part, and then eventually from the mask, we found the right rubbers to go with the mask. So I don't have one sample to sew, but yeah. So from the mask, we started packaging them, and then one mask would cost 5 kina. Sometimes I find that mom gets a little bit difficult in sewing is the neck part, getting the collar part onto the whole body. So many times I would see that this part here, this part pokes out, this one. It never slips on nicely. So after I saw it for a number of occasions, so I saw that mom was, it is maybe something challenging for her, so I tried to help out. I said, okay mom, this is, now there's internet there, and then we have YouTube and all of this, so why not we go in there? So that was my own thought. So I used to, search how to do those things, and then the collars and the standing collars and all of this, and then now I would show to mom, and then mom would try out. But on that time too, I was learning. So sometimes I do the seaming underneath, the seaming here. I do the seaming underneath. Because sometimes it's a little bit hard. Once it finishes, you'll find that there's air bubbles or what, I don't know how they call it, but it doesn't sleep. It doesn't sleep nicely. So I start to hide and do those kind of things. So that was not long time back. That was last year. It's a hobby because sometimes I know the type of feeling I want from my own clothing. So so after I fit into the own clothes that I wear and it feels good on me, firstly that's the one that motivates me to go on. And then the other thing is when customers started buying now, they actually built up the interest in me. And I felt that, hey, I thought it's just it's just a thing, but yeah, now it's coming out. So at this stage, I am seeing that people are beginning to request, but like I said, I shall describe it as it's still in its infant stage. Yeah. Shirts, I started off with it, but like I said, now I'm going to mention Sister Florence's name once again, because after I did the shirts, I tried the short sleeves, and then I tried the long sleeves, and then after which because I came and sat here and she mentioned something that, okay, my brother, you have a very good talent, and having to see that, the general sewing looks good. Now she actually requested if I could try out a Mary blouse. And I did try out one. Once I did try out, but I thought that's lady stuff, so a little bit of negative in there, and then I didn't continue. But then she started encouraging me that, no, it's not about that, but because there is a high demand right now, and the current trend as it is, ladies are, from what I heard, is like now these days, even office ladies, so what they are all buying it for, they would exchange a Mary blouse in a span of 2 weeks or something, and then they could give it to their sisters or whoever requests, and then they get on into finding new ones. And then there is another trend that's coming in that whenever they find that we have our own local prints now, like Kenny Collections and Reggiana Raymans, and those now they're becoming famous in the city. Now if they get a collections, now they're selling and people are wanting those new types. So she's encouraging me that, no, you have to learn about Mary blouses and then you go into it. So now I tried out, and then she gave me a bit of insight about certain parts that I can sew. She tried a bit of it, but then she wanted me to try my version of it. So, and then because at the time I didn't have enough coins to get myself a fabric, so she assisted, and then I went down to Reggiana Raymans, which is not far from here. And then when I went, I bought a material. I went straight to the house, and because she bought it, I had enough money to also buy myself another fabric. So I said, before I spoil the fabric, I'll do mine first, and if it works, then I'll try hers. So everything was new. Most of what I do is like it's out of interest and then not through people teaching me. And then sometimes I learn from the internet. So those kind of things. So I went in and I tried something like this. That was the actual fabric that I got, and then I tried with it, and then she assisted on how to sew those the elastic onto it. There is one particular technique in sewing the elastic which I didn't know of, and thanks to Sister Florence, she told me about it. And then I would do the shearing. Shearing is done when this the elastic thread is been woven around the bobbin, and then it's placed under the bobbin, and then the cotton that comes out from the top of the machine gets on the surface, on the top side of it, and then it gets this form. So I tried to research a bit about it, and then try to get all of these, bits and pieces onto this. And then after I saw it, I was a little bit satisfied. It was new in the house too. Mom doesn't sew those styles. That's a new type of style, and I think they're calling it Mrs. Colors. I've been hearing this name, Mrs. Colors. So we tried this, and then it worked. And the happy feeling was when we brought it to the church, someone just grabbed it like this. We tried this one. I tried it, but because I was happy with the fact that Sister Florence assisted, I just did one to just give it to someone. So I did something for her. So now I'm beginning to do this Mrs. Colors. I think I see now it's becoming trendy with ladies. Yeah, so that's the one. So I'm getting a little bit out of this. Males, shirts, but usually shirts, they take time to sell out. But with blouses, they sell out fast. I noticed that being in that church, there were mothers there, and they're always supportive in little ways. So, pikini mano sa putil ko pas na kind of them. So I've seen it. Now that's my 4 years being in the Lord. Na milu siya kaya nga no pasin ko milu ko so mama ay sa backbone ng talo church na kind of sa planeta sa support. So this is one little way that I could give back. So I did a Facebook page for them, and then for us, all of us. So I named it as Kumul Kolos. If you wish for us to sew your blouses in bulk, you can also bulk or even orders like shirts. Then you can also contact us on my number, which is 7065-2918. Most times youths would think about indulging with beer, and then associated with it are other things like alcohol, and then you name it. So you come out of that and try to do something for your own self. Sometimes it's better to be independent. Be alone. That's the best time when good thoughts come. Not only when troubles or problems finds you, but come out. First of all, identify something that you feel it's from the gut, something you like doing. There is a lot of good feeling about it, and then you work on it, and you improve on it, and see. And you don't have to really care about what people say or people do. I mean, after all, if it's going to benefit you, if it's for the greater good, then go ahead with it. Yeah. Now I feel that sewing is not also a ladies' thing. That there are a lot of men out there who are also sewing, and you should also try it out for yourself. If your mom is sewing and there are sewing machines there, maybe you start small, like try to mend your own clothes, or cut it if it's too big, or you want to do a bit of adjustment and all of this. You try it out, and then see how you go. If my story impacts you or motivates you, then these are little things that you do, and then it builds on. You do not start counting from 10. You count 1, 2, 3, and then it goes up. So yeah, that's my advice for you. So whatever you want to do in life, just go for it. Go for it.
Thank you, Kingsford, for sharing your amazing journey with us. Well, there you have it, gentlemen. Independence is fast approaching. So if you need a t-shirt to go with your long pants, you can call Kingsford on the numbers that he provided. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back. Now, before we wrap up our show, I hope you all are smiling because tomorrow, the 29th of June, is National Camera Day. Yes, National Camera Day is a day to celebrate the fact that photography, once so complicated it took a scientist to understand, is now part of our everyday lives. The word photography is based on two Greek words that, when put together, means writing with light. It's a beautiful way to describe what a camera lets us do, tell a story without the use of words. It all goes back to more than 800 years to the invention of the camera obscura, meaning dark chamber. The camera obscura was nothing more than a box with a hole on one side. Light would pass through the hole and into a dark interior of the box where it would project an image onto the flat inner surface. Unfortunately, when the light was gone, the image disappeared, like Instagram but without an actual photo. Fast forward through the centuries to today, when everyone with a smartphone has a camera at their fingertips. Whether you love shooting film and changing lenses or prefer the ease of digital, use June 29 to focus on how cameras have made telling our stories even more easier. Why we love Camera Day? Sure, you can pick up a pen or use a computer to write about what's going on in your life, or you could take a picture and post. Photography lets us tell the world about how we are feeling, what we are doing, or where we are in a single image. Photography prefers memories. Over time, photographs can become cherished heirlooms. Whether you keep your pictures stashed in shoeboxes or post them to a website, photography ensures that the events and moments we care about most can be permanently captured, saved, and shared. Anyone can be a photographer. There's no steep learning curve to photography anymore, no bulky equipment to carry around. From a simple point-and-shoot cameras to cell phones and tablets, you can always be ready to get the shot. With that, thank you for joining me on this week's episode of House and Home. It was an absolute pleasure to have your company. Don't forget to mask up every time you go outside, sanitize your hands regularly, and always cough under your elbows. On behalf of the House and Home crew and I, you keep smiling, always wear that frown upside down, and we'll see you next week here on House and Home.